So they ignore phone calls, they ignore records requests, they ignore emails. That leaves a citizen no option but to come here. If you guys got shit to do, that's not my problem. Get them to do their job.
Yes, sir. So I'm just here to let you know that you're being trespassed from the Deland Police Department.
I'm being trespassed from the Deland Police
Yes, sir.
Department.
If you come back within 365 days, you're subject to arrest. Do you mind if I look at your ID?
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna get my ID.
I figured it.
No, absolutely not. So we're heading back into the Deland Police Department in Florida. You remember from previous videos that they have been ignoring public records requests dating back to March. This is now November. They're ignoring the requests, they're ignoring emails and phone calls asking for the reason for the delay. The few requests that they have responded to, not fulfilled, but responded to, we have questions about that too. For example, why are they charging $110 for a copy of an application, but they refuse to answer emails or calls? And I assure you, I'm not the only one. There are many. So their suggestion has been to just keep trying, keep coming in and trying. A lieutenant previously told me, just come in here every day and try. Someone will come talk to me, still ignoring phone calls, still ignoring emails. Still ignoring records requests.
Let me try to get in front of her.
Okay. So getting these questions answered is one of our top goals, along with another record request I need to submit that they'll probably also ignore. And I have some valid, genuine questions about some new signs that they've put up. I want to get clarification on them. Yet more signs that they've put up in their attempt to keep the public away from public servants in this public building and further strengthen their fortress. As you're going to see, this video gets crazy, and apparently this administration's mentality is that when they refuse to do what they're supposed to do, they refuse transparency and accountability. They refuse public records if they don't like what's being requested, and they ignore a citizen's emails, their phone calls. But the pesky citizen keeps coming in and keeps trying. Well, then just trespass the citizen, right? That makes sense. And from previous videos, you probably remember Corporal Spires always worked at this window. He always represented the Deland Police Department in a way much better than they deserve, a way that should be expected. But they can't have that, and they're not a big fan of Corporal Spires. Why would this administration be a fan of one of the good ones? And whoever is at this window when a citizen comes in here is the first point of contact, the first representative of this department. So check out for yourself the difference between what you're going to see here today and when it was Corporal Spires. But this encounter is going to take turns that I didn't even expect from this department. Just wow.
I'm not able to get a hold of your friend either. So all I could tell you is just keep calling. That's the best thing I could tell you at this point.
Just keep calling, but they're in this building.
They're not picking up.
Can you try from this phone?
Sure.
On speaker? And that's DICE you're trying?
No, internal affairs.
Well, DICE is over internal affairs, right?
There's a different person that works so that really handles all of that.
Well, what about DICE? He oversees records. And everybody tells me the holdup is from DICE. They're saying he's the one that. Oh, Kevin Welty, yeah. The only thing I can get from Kevin Welty is a fee of $110 for a copy of an application. They don't ever answer my calls. And they don't call back when I leave a message. I forward the same emails every day.
So, like I said, all I could tell you is just keep calling and try
Well,
to reach out to the assistant for the chief.
Unfortunately, what I have to do, I'm probably going to have to come in here a few times a day and ask someone here to call, because I'm pretty sure when they see my number, they don't answer. Just like when they see my email address, they probably don't even open it because they're not taking public service seriously. So that's going to be a pain in the ass on you, because I'm going to keep coming in here and be like, hey, can we call up there again? You've got other work to do.
Yeah, so
Your role isn't supposed to be, middleman for them or middlewoman for them. But unfortunately, this is a public agency. They're here to serve the public, and they're just avoiding the public. and then they stick you here in between us and them, you know? So it's probably frustrating to you. I don't know if you're annoyed at me, but if you are, you should be annoyed at them.
No, I'm not. I'm here to do my job. And
Yeah.
like I said, you know, I'll keep calling, but, you know, if they don't answer, just try to reach their assistant to set up an appointment to speak with them.
Yeah, they don't answer either, and they don't set up. They said they won't meet. They will not meet. Right, record request out since March. That doesn't seem reasonable to me. Is that usually a reasonable amount of time, you think? 8 months?
Well, usually it's supposed to be responding within 2 weeks, 14 days, I think.
Yeah.
But
So
as far as like body cam footage, it all depends on the length of the footage, because redaction might have to be done and all of that. So
yeah, these things aren't body cam
it's
footage.
really, I would say a reasonable time frame, but technically it's supposed to be 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But it depends on how lengthy the request is as well.
Right. So if it's a copy of a document, probably 2 weeks would be plenty, I would think. Just a copy of a document.
It's unreasonable.
Yeah. 8 months. 8 months. And every time I contact them, if I can manage to grab somebody, they avoid the hell out of me. But if I can manage to grab somebody somewhere, like I go wait under their car or something and grab their ankle when they come out to leave for the day, like, hey, I caught you. They're like, oh, yeah, I'm going to check on that for you. Obviously, they're not doing it. Walked around outside and I found Captain Dice headed into the building. Dice! Everybody's ignoring me, man. Everybody's ignoring me. 8 months. Howard. That was Dice. That was Captain Dice. Snuck out, ran to his truck real quick. In the safety of his fortress, so don't have to face the public. And he ran away. Runs right in there into the safety of the well-protected fortress. We're gonna go back inside because we just called up there. And he wouldn't answer the phone. So we know he's here. So we're gonna call up there again, because we know he's here now. We know that he's here. And I have forwarded him an email that I sent requesting information on these records requests outstanding for 8 months. He got that email again today. He knows it. He got it yesterday. He got it the day before. He got it today. He chooses to ignore it. Now, we just walked away from here 2 minutes ago. But he just ran away. Hello. She just called up to Dice a minute ago.
Okay.
Right here. And he didn't answer.
Okay.
But maybe he was outside because he just ran from me out back.
Okay.
So I want to see if we could try to call him again.
Okay. Give me 1 second, because I think I saw him. Hold on.
All right. She thinks she saw him, so that means he's back here. Prurince Dice. There she comes.
I called the office, no answer, so I called the admin, and she said that he had just left his office, so I don't know where he is.
He's in here somewhere.
All right, but
He just ran from me and came in that door.
yeah, I called, but he didn't answer. I don't know where he's at.
Yeah, I don't know where he's at either. The problem is, they're just ignoring me, right?
Yeah.
8 months, 9 months.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't do anything about that.
I know you can't. I know they're above you, but here's my point, right? They ignore my calls.
I hear you.
And don't return my calls.
I hear
They
you.
ignore my emails.
Okay.
They ignore everything.
Okay.
So when they put someone in that position,
Right.
their only option would be to come in here.
Okay.
Then unfortunately, whoever is here
Ta-da.
that they put as the first point of contact
Right.
is the one stuck with it.
Okay.
So what I told her the other day, they are kicking a hornet's nest
Okay.
and then throwing you between the hornets and them.
All right.
So
I'm
you
just
can
doing
get all
my
the
job.
stings.
I did the phone calls. I checked. He's not answering. That's all I can do.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
so what would be the suggestion to a citizen?
Continue to call.
Continue to call.
It's above my pay grade, so I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, is there a supervisor or somebody? I mean, so what I have to do, I guess,
Okay.
is just get somebody so tired of dealing with me
Okay.
that they insist that they do their job.
Okay.
If that ends up being you, that's
I have
kind of
other
like
things to
you,
do too,
kind of
so-
like you, nothing I can do.
Well, no, it's
Not my
I have
problem.
Things to do too, but if you have a
Right.
public records request, if
But
I
that's
have-
that's their problem, not
I
my
make the
problem.
phone calls for you, so
Right, but do you see they're causing the issue, not me.
Okay.
And
but
you
I
work for this
exhaust everything
department.
that I can do. So what would you like me to do?
Call somebody else.
Okay.
Can you use this phone?
No.
You can't. So then that's not very transparent. So I don't even know that you're calling somebody.
Okay.
So there's a phone right here, right? The other lady used this phone when I suggested it because I find it fishy sometimes. They're like, all right, I'll call for you. And they walk away from the phone that's right here in front of them and go back there to the back, right? That's what she's doing. I point out, hey, can you use this phone? Flat out, she said no. She's not going to use that phone. So, you know, where? How much faith do we have in that, right? Don't forget, I'm just a citizen requesting a public agency do what they're supposed to do. These aren't just, they're not just ignoring a citizen. They're ignoring the laws that they are bound by. And then they get annoyed at me. Look at this. They get annoyed at me.
All right, Dice is in the middle of something. He's not coming down.
Who's in the middle of something?
Dice.
You talked to him? And was that his words? I'm in the middle of something and I'm not coming down?
He's not coming down.
I'm just asking if that's exactly what he said. So his
He's got
quote.
stuff to do. I got a 2 o'clock meeting. So
Yeah.
We're not going to play this. He's not coming down. That's the end of it. I'm
We're-
not going to make 85 phone calls for you today, buddy.
What did you say?
We're not going to make 85 phone calls today. We've called everybody.
So-
They're not available. No, they're not coming.
Hold on, just for clarification, you just said we're not going to play this. You're not going to make 85 phone calls for me today, right? But I am the citizen who's been ignored for 8 and 9 months.
We're not ignoring
They're
you.
violating public.
The girls in here aren't ignoring what you're asking.
The people you're talking
They have
about.
work to do.
The people. I have shit to do. Are you kidding me? So your department that you're a representative of is ignoring records laws. Your administration, the one who you just sent a message from and said, okay, we're not playing this, get a attitude with me because they are violating laws. They're ignoring the public. They are being cowards. So they ignore phone calls. They ignore records requests. They ignore emails. That leaves a citizen no option but to come here. If you guys got shit to do, that's not my problem. Get them to do their job.
I'll convey your message, but at this point, they're not coming down today.
I'm gonna keep coming back right here.
Go ahead.
You guys are you're gonna keep dealing with me.
That's fine.
And why won't they call right here?
That's their prerogative. Most of their phone numbers are at their desk.
Well, the other one, when I suggested this phone, she called right here.
I don't know what phone numbers they have memorized.
No, they get the whole list right there.
I don't see it, but okay.
Oh no, it's right there, that blue folder. That's got all the, and matter of fact, I have it, so I could give them the extension number.
So why don't you go ahead and call? You got the extensions?
Are you shitting me? You guys got caller ID here?
Yeah.
Can you take a guess the last time they ever answered my call? The first time I call them with the phone number, that's it. The very first time, they answered. After that, nothing. So you coming down, dude, you just made my shit list. You coming in here saying, we're not going to play this today. I'm not going to make 85 calls for you. So you understand that this is a department, an agency of public service, right? You understand that I'm a member of the public.
I understand that.
You understand that a member of the public would probably be frustrated when they're not coming in here doing anything wrong. They're not coming in reaching under here and slapping you in the face. They're not stealing your lunch money. They don't owe your mother back child support. They're looking for what should already be. And then they get treated like an asshole and an enemy.
So,
And then the response is, we're not playing this.
no, you gotta understand. These girls have stuff to do.
You got to understand.
Your argument, listen to me. Your argument is not with them.
My argument, but listen, I've explained it to all of them. My argument is with this department.
Okay?
You all work with this department, right? Your frustration is misdirected.
My suggestion.
Listen to me. Your frustration is misdirected, right? They are kicking the hornet's nest, throwing you guys in between them and the hornets. So you choose to come to me and say, hey, I'm not playing this. You should, if any of this shit here on the wall aligns with you, you should call them and tell them, I'm not playing this. I'm not going to send 85 messages. Get your down here and talk to the public.
So they can get their jobs done. Okay? That's what I'm doing.
But you're
As far as getting them to answer and come down here,
you're playing defense for them.
all I can do is call.
Instead of hanging tight to that blue line, right? You should let go. You're playing defense for them.
What am I doing?
You're playing You just came down here and told me,
No.
we're not playing this.
I'm taking care of my stuff.
I'm not making 85 calls for you. Instead of telling him, I'm not playing this, I'm not sending 85 messages for you. Do you think 8 months is a reasonable amount of time for that request?
Probably not.
Definitely not. The last agency I requested that from, it was 2.5 weeks. They don't want to give it to me because of what's on it. A couple of months ago, a captain said, oh yeah, I'm going to look into that. I know you're waiting on that. I'm going to look into it. I'm going to get with DICE. So what am I supposed to do? So the end result, when a citizen has nothing left to do but to come in here because all else has failed, they're going to be told, I'm not playing this. We got shit to do. Charge $110 for a copy of an application. He quoted it's going to take 4 hours to make that copy. Doesn't seem very efficient to me. And if he's that inefficient, this is something else I need to discuss with DICE. $87 for a copy of an email. Just one email, just a page. Doesn't make sense, right? So it sounds like they're either ignoring it or they're making fees so high that people won't pay them. Both of those things are illegal.
So now they're giving me the phone number again to Rachel, who is the assistant to Captain DICE. Allegedly, she told them to have me call her right away because Captain DICE will gladly set up a meeting with me. Now I know this is 100% either not true or there's some strings attached. One way or the other, it's not going to happen. But sure, okay, I'll call the number. So I called the extension and I spoke to Rachel, the assistant to Captain DICE. She said DICE told her to set up the meeting. And this is either a trap or there's some sort of strings attached. So I flat out asked her, what are the strings? She said, well, he did say it can only be behind closed doors, not in a public area, and not on camera. Much like the police have a policy to always record when they interact with the public, I have a policy to always record when I interact with law enforcement. As expected, she said that's an absolute deal breaker, and he will not meet. I suggested this public lobby right here. No. Only behind closed doors and not on camera. You hit the comments and let me know what you think the reason would be for that.
You tell me why he will talk only off camera. What's the reason for it? What, am I making something up? You tell me, am I making something up? Or do they continue to make themselves look worse and worse? So now we're gonna go to City Hall and see what's what. Nothing else at the police department is working, so we'll go, I guess, to the city clerk here. Someone's gotta be able to get the police department to do their job.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Hi. I'm out here in the lobby. I don't know. I guess the public doesn't come in. They just pick up this phone.
Sure. Yes, you can. Who are you needing to speak with?
I guess the city. Who am I speaking with?
My name is Erin. I am an admin up here on the 3rd floor.
Okay. I'm not sure exactly who I'm looking for. Maybe the city clerk. I'm not sure. But I guess what my issue is I'm having a hard time, an extremely hard time, getting the police department to adhere to the public records laws.
Okay.
And I've got several records, just very basic records, outstanding for 8 months. And they are ignoring phone calls, emails. I just went into the police department again to try to speak to someone. They refused to speak to me. Downstairs, they say, well, I guess just keep trying. That's the only thing we can do. So I'm coming over here now to see what I can do, because the police department, I'm getting nowhere.
Okay. Just let me grab a pad of paper and I'll be right out.
Okay. Thanks.
Hang on.
Hello.
Come on in.
All right, okay. City clerk's office. Hello.
Hi. Hey.
Hello.
Hey, so I got this email right here. Are you from
Twisted Luck?
btmmedia.org?
No.
Oh.
Twisted Luck Media.
Yours is
Twisted Luck Media.
Twisted Luck Media.
So
Okay.
what I've been, these are just basic records requests that I've been at the police department trying to get since March of 2024.
Okay.
For some reason, I have my suspicions now, they won't fill them. I have since then asked for updates, and I've submitted more requests since then. They've just kind of backed up. Now I have documented everything I've ever requested, and I know that they are familiar with some of them because like a couple of months ago, no one will speak with me. I try to call, email, they ignore emails. I just left the police department again. I've requested copies of emails, copies of applications, copies of discipline, copies of awards and recognitions, all sorts of different things.
So, do you have any idea how many outstanding requests you have right now?
At least 15.
Okay.
And I'm not the only one. I know some other people, and also other people that I don't know have reached out to me to tell me they're in the same boat. The police department's doing the same thing to them. On top of that, they recently hired Kevin Welty as a sworn officer to work in records. Since he came in, he has started sending emails to random requests. I mean, maybe months back. Never dealt with him, but for example, he sent a fee for a copy of an application for $110.40. A copy of an email, $87 and some change. So this is another thing I needed to talk to them about. Why are you saying it's going to take 4 hours to copy an application and 2 hours to copy an email?
Yeah.
And these ridiculous, it seems like they're either...
That seems pretty high for an email.
For the sake of time, I'm going to sum this up. Julie Hennessy, the city clerk there, asked that I send her a list of my outstanding records requests and said that while the police department unfortunately handles their own records, she will try to look into it for me and try to see what's going on, to see if she can help in any way. Because honestly, I think we're beyond the point of legal action at this point. And I'll keep you updated on that. But right now we're going to run back over to the PD to make that other record request about the brand new signs and attempt to get some clarification on the signs. And this is where bad gets worse. So we're going to come back in here real quick to make another records request that they'll never fill because they put up some more signs. I just showed you in the video all this nonsense they got all around their fortress here, but they made even more now. I just actually have to, I noticed something new and I need to request something.
Okay.
There's a whole, I have a question for somebody too about it, but there's a bunch of new signs all around the property, law enforcement only. I just need to get the cost, the number of signs that they purchased or had made by City Yards, if that's who made it.
Okay.
But the cost incurred from those signs and their installation.
Okay.
So yeah, just that estimate, total cost, number of signs, total cost, and installation date.
Okay.
And I wanted to ask somebody, I don't know if I have to call somebody from the road or whatever. There's not a statute number on those signs.
Okay.
So I'm trying to find out what exactly those signs mean.
I can put it all in the same request so that they can figure out and give you the exact statute for it.
Well, yeah, so, but I mean, I kind of want to find out now because I don't know what they mean.
Okay.
Does that mean you can't park in there? Does that mean,
Okay.
like if I go walk through there?
All I can do right now is give you the number for non-emergency as they're out on the road, and then my boss that you were speaking to earlier is in a meeting.
Yeah.
He told you earlier they had a meeting at 2.
Oh, I didn't, I don't know what, I don't even know what time it is. But yeah, all right, so I'll call over there then.
I'm sure that the time's on your phone.
The time what?
The time, what time it is right now.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it is.
Okay.
No, I said I'll call over there.
No, you said you didn't know what time it was. I was just saying the time's on your phone.
Meaning I hadn't even looked or paid any
Gotcha.
attention to the time, right?
Gotcha.
Yeah, obviously I know the time is there.
Okay.
All right, so you
Yep.
remember the request?
Yep. Been doing this for too long.
Well, I know, but there's
Yeah.
been a couple that, not from you, but some other people that
Exactly. Not
vanished.
for me.
Right.
So I know what I'm doing.
Your boss, though.
Yeah, I know.
So, for the record, I called dispatch. Obviously, the lady here at the window said I would have to call dispatch to ask somebody what all these new signs mean around their fortress to protect them from ever having to face the public. From somebody. up?
Mr. Luck.
Mr. Luck. What was your name? I forget what was your
Harris.
name. Harris,
Like
that's right. How you doing?
No sergeant today. I'm in charge.
Okay, oh, Corporal, okay, all right. No, so I have a question. The new signs that are out there, right? Did you come for me? Did you just come
Yes,
for me?
yes, sir.
Oh, okay,
Yes, sir.
all right.
I'm assuming so about the signs.
Yeah. I asked her, she said I had to call dispatch.
Okay.
So, there's new signs up all over the property. You know, the ones we're talking about, law
Yes, sir.
enforcement only?
Yes, sir.
So, there's no statute or anything on those signs.
Okay.
What exactly do those signs mean?
As soon as I get directed as to what those signs mean,
Okay.
um,
So,
as of right now, I saw new signs come up.
yeah.
Until there's a
They just
policy,
appeared, yeah.
until there's a policy, and my officers are trained on
Right.
what those signs are for.
All right.
Then
Yeah, I mean, I know, I have a feeling I know why they're here.
I know. Yeah, I mean,
The same reason I put this frosted glass here.
I gotcha.
But anyway, the point was they're just trying to hide. So my thing with those signs is I obviously want to be clear.
but
But so yeah, I just want to be clear because the signs say there. So if I go walking through there, is someone going to come out and try to charge me with something?
so Corporal. Okay, I'll
Right.
start there.
Right.
Right, these signs are relatively new.
Yeah, the other brand new. Yeah.
I know you're here quite often, so
Yeah.
me and you both know that those signs popped up quite recently.
Oh yeah. Monday, I think.
I don't know exactly what
Yeah.
day it was. I don't work every day.
Yeah.
Our schedule's fly.
Right.
So, my guys follow the policy, and nothing will. We try to not let anything good fall through the cracks. Or, you know.
Right.
So on my shift, what I can control, nothing will happen on that
Yeah.
until I'm told otherwise.
Right, yeah, and I would imagine they have to be clearly marked, so there's signs over here that say you're entering restricted area, you know, whatever it says.
And they got signs high, and they got signs.
Yeah, and there's a detailed sign, I don't even know if that one has a statute number on it, but it says this is a restricted area beyond this point. Anybody is subject to search after here. Over here it doesn't say that, so does it mean like you just can't park here? Does it mean you can't walk through here? I'll be honest with you, I used to always park there because that was a lot of public parking
Yep.
too.
I
But,
mean, obviously, I can't give you my opinion or anything like that.
right, yeah, not opinions, but I'm always careful anywhere I go to make sure I check signs and I want to make sure I'm following all the laws and everything.
No one wants to get jammed up, I get it.
And there's some people here, let's be honest, that would love to jam me up. So I don't want to give them anything for free, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I get you. You want them to work for it.
They're going to have to work for it.
Gotcha.
They're making me work for just a public record, so they're going to have to work for anything they got.
Sir, how you doing?
Yeah.
Can I speak to you for a second, please?
How you doing? Oh, I've been trying to get a captain forever, man.
All right.
How about that David request?
They've already responded to all the public records requests.
No,
correct?
they haven't. No, they haven't.
have.
Do
They're in
you
the
remember the
process.
David request when you haven't? Are you pulling him so he doesn't talk to me?
No, I'm pulling him because I need to speak with him.
Well, you know he's on a call with me, right? He's on
Okay.
a dispatch
is there-
call with me.
Okay, so let me ask you what the problem is.
Did you know he was on a call dispatched to me?
Is he dealing with a crime?
He's dealing with a citizen who was instructed to call dispatch to get a law enforcement officer to speak to.
Okay, that's what I'm asking you. Is there an incident that you have to report?
I don't know. I'm trying to avoid something.
Okay.
Would
what
you
is
like
it?
to answer my question?
My question is there a crime that you're trying to report?
There's a potential crime I'm trying to avoid or something. I don't know. I'm trying to
Okay,
not give
so-
you guys ammo.
Okay, so again, your public records request has been processed. Okay, they're in the process.
8 months.
Okay, they're in the process. Okay, so if you have any questions whatsoever, go ahead and reach out to them. Okay.
But they don't. But so you
we're
hold on.
done.
Answer this question. Hey, wait.
Don't
Answer,
hold the door.
Listen, answer
You're
this question.
interrupting
Answer this
my
question.
daily
Answer
operations.
Either let him come back. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? He just said next time he pulls on that door like that, we trespass him. That was Juan Millan, whose picture isn't up there. You'll see. So we were told, right, to get this question answered, to get clarification, to call dispatch, to get an officer or supervisor. He came out. Captain Millan realized who he's talking to and pulled him away, said, hey, get out of here. You know why? Because they're cowardly. They are terrified they're terrified of you. They're terrified of this camera because they are terrified they're going to continue to say things they shouldn't say and things they shouldn't do. So he came and pulled him and said, hey, no more talking. No more talking to him. Don't talk to this citizen. You might make us look bad. We have no faith in ourselves. Every time we open our mouths, we make it worse. Are you kidding me? So that's what happens, right? This is a public agency. They just pulled a supervisor, Corporal Harris, away from a citizen who's asking a legitimate question and said, nope, not you. Oh my God. It's a story for another day, but the gentleman that just walked in is here to retrieve property taken during a traffic stop and trying to locate his money that seems to have vanished during that traffic stop. Hey, come back here.
We got him, Mr. Ryan?
Yes.
Come
Can
back
you follow me?
so it can be off camera. I told you that was going to happen. Hey, can we find out if Corporal Harris is coming back to me or not?
Yeah, I'll let him know you're waiting for
I
him.
appreciate it. It is very uncommon for them to pull a citizen behind those frosted glass doors. And I have to assume they're pulling him back there this time because he's making allegations of missing money. And judging by how they typically behave, I'd guess they don't want you hearing about that. And also, I'm just here waiting to see if the corporal is going to come back out to see if we can get a definitive answer to this very genuine question. And this guy is saying he's missing money. He's saying he had a firearm on him and money when he was arrested, but money did not appear on his...
I'll let him know.
Is he coming? He was in the middle of... We were in the middle of a conversation, and then Millan pulled him.
I actually need it.
Okay.
And I told Millan, I'm like, hey, he's on a dispatched call with me.
Gotcha.
And Millan yelled at me and, typical dipshittery.
Okay.
And I don't know, is he coming back? Or?
I'm not sure. If Cap Millan took him, then that's between him and Cap Millan.
Yeah, but I'm just saying I'm a citizen that he was on a dispatched
Yeah,
call
I know.
with.
And
So I'm
let
just
him know
trying
that
to...
You're still waiting on him, okay?
Yeah, can you just let me know if he's coming back or not?
I will try.
Milan might have told him
I'll
not
try.
to come
Yeah,
back.
I'll try.
Yeah, I need to ask about my money though.
So no money was on the list?
Also, when I got arrested, I had called up here and Officer, what did I say? Oh, Cooper. When I got released from jail, my money was gone. I let them know, and Officer Cooper called me, and he's like, I'll text the other,
You are coming back.
the other
Yes, I
officer
am
that was
coming back.
present.
Did he pull you
and
just because you were talking to me?
I don't know.
property
All right.
inventory.
What an
But-
asshole.
He's like,
I know you're
"I'll
not
get
gonna
back
talk-
to you tonight.
This has
I don't
been a
come back
lot.
until
This has been a
Wednesday
lot of
I
night."
know.
stuff, man.
I know.
And,
So,
and I'm just trying to figure out
sent
where
all
my
from
money
you I
went.
wanted was just
I got you.
answer that sign.
So-
I tried to ask him, but he wouldn't answer.
I got you. So listen, they want me to issue a
386.
trespass warning.
444.
Okay.
They wanted
Yeah,
a
so-
trespass warrant.
Yes, sir.
1603.
So I'm just here to let you know that you're being trespassed from the Deland Police
I'm
Department.
being trespassed from the Deland
Yes,
Police
sir.
Department.
If you come back within 365 days, you're subject to arrest.
Right, and what's the reason I'm being trespassed from the Deland Police Department? That sucks that they put you in this position to do it.
I know. Because of you holding the door to the secure area of the police department.
Well, I didn't hold the door, but I was trying to get him to answer my question.
All right, thank you.
I know.
So they're gonna trespass me
Yes, sir.
from the Deland Police Department.
Yes,
And
sir.
who was it that said that?
My superiors.
What was it, but who specifically? I mean, did all in sync, did they?
If I'm just told to do something.
Pause right there just for a second. That right there is the problem with law enforcement. That is why many have the opinion that there's no such thing as a good cop. Corporal Harris knows what he was just told to do is wrong, but he's just doing what he's told. This is something we hear far too often from law enforcement. Too few are willing to stand up to the blue line to honor their oath. But keep listening, the rest of what he has to say is also pretty telling.
I'm not trying to throw.
Right, yeah,
anyone
I'm
under
just
the
trying to
bus.
say who, well, you're not throwing anything under the bus, just who told you to do it. That's,
I got you. I mean, I'm not going to give you that information.
you're not gonna,
Unfortunately, no.
so you're not
For-
gonna
for
tell
my,
me
For my career and stuff, I'm not going to give you that information, sir.
for your career.
Yes, sir.
Are you afraid of retaliation if you tell me?
I can't give you my opinion for anything, sir. If you need an opinion about the Deland Police Department, you have to go through the public information officer.
Right, yeah, but I'm just saying you,
I got you, man. Obviously, you know the law pretty well.
yeah?
Do you mind if I look at your ID?
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna give my ID.
I figured it.
No, absolutely not.
All right,
Yeah.
but that's what I'm being told to do,
Yeah,
okay?
all right, well, this isn't gonna go over well like everything else they do. So, all right, man, all right. Now, I previously never had an issue with Harris, and I think he missed an opportunity to shine and did the opposite instead. And that's disappointing. I have to say I was very disappointed. And from that, I'll eat it a bit because people will come to me and say, see, I told you there's no such thing. and his demeanor became like we're talking to a robot. I happen to know for a fact that he knows that that was wrong. If I didn't know, it's evidenced by the fact that he refuses to say who told him to do it. His words. I don't want to throw anyone under the bus. And he needs to protect his career. I don't understand why cops do that for other cops. I'll never understand it. And damn it, he genuinely missed such an opportunity to shine there. But he said he's not going to tell us who just told him that. He knows it's wrong, and he needs to protect his career, because if he tells us, he will be the victim of retaliation, which other officers have seen from this department, or in this department from this administration. And they too saw retaliation for doing the right thing. I don't know what's going on either, other than they're hiding from me. All right. So I know a lot of you are going to have a lot to say about what you just saw in this video. We've seen so many crazy things from this department that I have a whole Deland Police Department playlist. And today is right there at the top. Make sure you check all of that stuff out if you haven't already, and catch up on this whole Deland saga. Genuinely, this is the worst department I've ever dealt with. Administration here is unlike anything I've ever seen, even at bad departments. But apparently if a citizen does nothing more but look into things they can and should look into, and request public records from a public agency, but they don't want the public knowing about what you're seeking, well, they'll just ignore you. And if you're persistent, well, they'll just trespass you. So definitely share your thoughts. Make sure you're subscribed, notifications are turned on. You'll obviously be updated about this. I'm also in contact with that gentleman missing his money, so we'll follow up on that. Stay tuned. In the meantime, definitely check out some other videos, including that Deland PD playlist. Insane stuff.